Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free.
Hey, good evening, friends. Welcome to another episode of Let's Connect show on KONNECTiN. Today, this discussion is mostly about more like a fact-finding discussion about Restream events and how you can use Ecamm Live to use Restream and to the Restream events that you configured within Restream. So before we get to that details, if you are new to this show, a warm welcome to you, and please let us know where you are from in the comment box, and we would love to have conversation with you. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Vijay Bose. I am the creative producer of this Let's Connect show on KONNECTiN. We do video/tech reviews and also provide live streaming tips and strategies to help you create professional looking live content. And if you are watching this live, or if you are watching this as a replay, and if you think that the information that we share to this channel is useful to you, please consider subscribing to this channel so that you will not miss any content that we create in the future. In the future, make sure that you click the notification so that you will not miss any of our shows or any of the videos that we create. So with that out of the way, and now let's focus on our today's discussion. A few weeks ago, we did a show about Restream, and the title was about does Ecamm Live work with the Restream events? And our finding was in our when we researched, actually there was no direct way to make it work with the Restream events back then, and I cannot really I'm not really sure whether I did the research enough to there was one feature that I think we missed talking about it. I'm not sure. What I don't know is whether we don't know whether Restream implemented that feature back then when we did that show, or they added lately. But anyway, I just found out that a couple days ago. And so I thought of coming live and share that information with all of you guys. And if you're using Restream, if you don't know what Restream is, first of all, Restream is a multi-streaming service. And if you're using Ecamm Live is the best live streaming application on Mac environment. And Ecamm Live has a integration with the Restream service. And a lot of the solutions, there are a host of solutions out there that can actually multi-stream into multiple destinations. Because for example, this today's show is actually streaming into multiple destinations. One on YouTube and other one on Facebook page, and the third one is on Facebook group. So the 3 places actually this stream is actually is going live at the same time. And Ecamm Live does not have that native capability, so it has to rely on a third-party service, which we covered in detail in the last show that we did on Restream. But today's focus is mostly on the key information that we missed last time. So let's actually go into a demonstration mode so that I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here is my dashboard. I know that actually you can see that it's actually I'm on air. You can see the stream. So it is actually going live on 3 destinations that I already scheduled here. YouTube events, and obviously Facebook KONNECTiN community network, and there is a Facebook KONNECTiN event. And now let's actually well, when you schedule, well, these are the destinations that I have configured in Restream. But then if you actually focus on this leftmost panel right under the dashboard, that is called something called events. That is where you actually schedule your events ahead of a time. Why do you have to schedule your event? Because that is when you do this ahead of a time, you get an opportunity to actually promote your event to your audience. So so that's the reasons why people schedule these live shows ahead of a time. So this is where you actually create all your events by clicking on this create event, and you can actually create event. So I created this event. And as we speak, on YouTube, if I view even on YouTube, actually, let's actually look at the YouTube. So this is actually, that event is actually on air, just like you saw that, right? And my focus is to show the difference between the event scheduling on YouTube through Restream and event scheduling on Facebook. Those 2 platforms are fundamentally different, but there are some commonality between the 2, but completely different technologies, completely, a different platform, and they work differently. When you schedule your live event through Restream or through any mechanism, you can actually directly go on YouTube, and you can actually schedule it through YouTube Live Studio. That's also possible, which we covered last time. And you can also do that through your Ecamm interface as well. And that also works perfectly fine. And YouTube, there is no problem. But there is a problem when you actually schedule your event on Facebook. Hey, Sammy. What's going on, man? Hey, Maya. So when you schedule it on Facebook, I'll show you what happens. And Facebook, this is actually Facebook first post an event here, and this was my event. And when I actually go live, it creates another post, okay? And I'll tell you the difference here. I did not use this live studio of Restream to actually go on air. I'm using Ecamm Live's Restream interface. Actually, there is a direct integration between Ecamm Live and Restream, and that's what I'm using because that's what I want to use, because I want these comments to flow from different platforms through Restream onto my Ecamm interface, so that way I can add those comments to my to the broadcast and interact with my audience, and that is one of the requirements for many of you guys also. So obviously you want to use Restream as a destination. For example, this is my Ecamm interface, and you choose Restream as the destination, and you just go live, and then automatically the comments will flow from all the destinations right here under comments window. And so I use events under Restream to create this event. So I did not really use this event studio to go live. So if I choose to go live using Ender Live Studio, then I would not see these two posts. I'll see only one post. Then automatically when I go live, it's actually going live on this event. But since I didn't do that, I went directly on the dashboard, and these are the destinations I configured here. But on YouTube, if you click on this gear icon, if you go under edit settings, there is an option here. You can choose the event that you just scheduled, and this is not possible with the Facebook. And let's try that. If I click on this edit settings, and Facebook, it says due to recent updates, the option to edit channel settings is no longer supported. Please delete your channel and re-add it to make setting adjustments. This is ridiculous. So this is more like a Facebook issue to me. So this is something that the thing that we missed is actually when I schedule event through events, I could attach my destination when I go live by editing this settings to actually attach that event that I already scheduled. So that is something that I did not do back then. I'm not sure whether that facility was there, was already there, and when we did the show a few weeks ago. But there's something that just we found out. So this particular settings, by editing settings and actually reattaching the events to which that we wanted to go to attach our live show to, and with that, I can choose Restream as my destination from within Ecamm Live to go live. So that is simple, and it is very powerful. So YouTube works perfectly fine, but YouTube, but for Facebook has got this problem. Since you are not really using Restream's live studio to go live, it does not know which event that you are actually going live. So it just posts another and a live video on Facebook page or on the destination that you configured, but your event is still here. It's too, I don't know whether this really is synced, but according to the Facebook live producer, if you actually look at it, now we can actually edit this, edit this post. No, not this way. I think I can do through, how do I edit this? Let me refresh this real quick and see what's going on. I was able to edit it back then. Now I don't know. See, I don't see that. Okay, there is okay, where is the live producer? Okay, right under there should be a way to edit this, and then directly takes me to the live producer. Now it's not giving me that option either. So that is see, that is not edit page. Anyway, so according to the Facebook, you can, if Facebook sees a stream coming from your software or any other encoder, it will and it'll go live on that it'll allow that stream to go live, and that's what it is. But when you actually use Restream to create event on Facebook, at least you need Restream doesn't allow you to create an event until with that in the next 10 minutes or so, because you have to at least 1 hour apart. That is one of the requirements of the Restream, which we covered in detail in last show also. But this is the difference between Facebook and YouTube, and I want you to understand the difference, because I've seen people asking questions and people are confused. Well, this is confusing actually. It confused the the heck out of us, because when the first time looked at it, actually it was so confusing, because there is something called events here, and so we scheduled the event, and then we chose Restream as our destination from Ecamm Live. We thought that we were actually going live to that event, but it did not. But now we learned that actually at least for YouTube, actually you could actually edit the settings and attach that your destination to that event, and then you go live from Ecamm Live. It is actually going live onto that event that you scheduled. So YouTube works perfectly fine, but Facebook, there is some caveat here. But again, that does not stop you from going live on Facebook. You can go live, but then later you have to go and delete that event post. But the problem with that is this: if anyone is actually adding any comments underneath that event post, that will be gone. You won't be able to see those comments either coming on to your Ecamm interface. That will not be there. So that is the only caveat. So sometimes you may want that comments to be there, and so you have to be a little mindful about dealing with Facebook. But again, the idea of using Restream is to use multiple destinations, right? You wanted to go live on multiple platforms. The way the Facebook works kind of defeats the purpose if you only have Facebook and YouTube are the destinations. So that's something that you have to be aware of, and that's mostly it to cover in this show. And I just want to show you quickly the difference between these two. And unless you have any questions, I can I'll see you on the next one. All right. Well, before I stop the show, I just wanted to have a quick update on this community network, which we also talked about in the last one. We have a dedicated community network. We wanted to use this community network to provide some exclusive content. So please check us out, and the link is in our Facebook page is in the description. So you can actually find this community page, community group actually from our Facebook group. And that before I just wanted to cover that before I say bye to you, and you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you on the next one. All right.